talking about scenes. We saw scenes yesterday for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets his goal. And not only does he celebrate, he takes off the shirt, he pins the shirt up on the corner flag. And some Liverpool fans has taken this as a sign. That Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to stay at Liverpool. I've seen it in the murmurings. I've seen the murmurings online. Trent's going to sign a new contract. It's been done. I spoke to a friend who is friends with his younger brother, and he's saying everything's been done.
Oh, no, the best one, KJ. A tour guide's been saying it, apparently, even though the Anfield tour no longer has tour guides.
I know a guy who knows a guy, man.
Has been telling people that Trent's staying.
So Trent
word on the street.
Yeah, word on the street is Trent. Hey, listen, I don't know if this. I probably not. Tom, if Trent did a U-turn, would you forgive him and stop calling him a rat?
If Trent U-turned, I'd never doubted him for a second, mate. You know that.
If he stands there in a Liverpool shirt.
He said never in doubt.
No, I was never in doubt. I've never said anything about him. It won't happen.
It was AI.
Yeah. AI is mad nowadays, isn't it? But no, I won't. I don't think he's staying. I don't think yesterday changed anything. If anything, if you want to be really cynical, he took his shirt off so he couldn't kiss the badge. That shows what he is. He's so self-centered. Don't want to celebrate with the badge on his chest. Want to celebrate about him. So you can twist that either way. But he's not going to stay. I accepted that long ago. The fact we signed Van Dijk and Salah and still nothing on him says all you need to know. It is what it is. If he wants to go to Madrid, I'm not going to. He's entitled to go to Madrid. I'm entitled to feel the way I feel about it. He's just got to hope it works out there, because if it doesn't, and 3-4 years down the line, he's trying to get out of Madrid, there won't be a welcome back at Anfield, and you'll be near on 30 with no clubs that hold you at a high.
Why wouldn't there be a welcome back? Were you the one that was going to make the signing?
He wouldn't be able to come back to Liverpool.
Why
Wouldn't have him back.
Why not though?
Why?
I mean, if we ignore the fact that Conor Bradley will be a better right back by that point, so I'm not.
Conor Bradley will never be a better right back than Trent. He'll never be a better player than Trent. He'll never have the impact of Trent. He'll like Conor Bradley.
I mean, you say that, Will, but the only time I've ever beaten Real Madrid is when Conor Bradley was at right back. So
I mean, yeah, you caught us in our worst season for a while. Beat us.
Trent Alexander-Arnold went against Madrid for about 5-6 years and never beat them once. Conor Bradley goes against them once.
Maybe it's because they spoke to him and gave him that
Hey, look, Tom,
why are you so bitter with it though, man? He's done everything perfectly.
Stop. We are not getting to this conversation with Tom again. It will be like the third time.
Giuseppe, you don't get anywhere. You don't get the answer you're after if you do this with me.
It's not
where I am with it.
It's not happening. So, Will, I want to ask you: if Trent turns on Real Madrid, what will you say about the situation?
Nah, nothing. Like, I can't be mad at him. Like, the players are gonna do what's best for them. So if he decides that staying at Liverpool is what's best for him, I can't be mad at a player that was never mine. I mean, it's just all speculation.
Would you look at, Will?
I mean, I haven't been thinking about other.
Stop trying to sell Pedro Porro to everyone. You're about one question away from going on to the Spanish one. I got Pedro Porro here.
No, I mean, I haven't thought about other right because we do need a right back. So if Trent ends up signing a new deal at Liverpool, all that means is that we're going to just have to be active in the market for one and actually spend money because Carvajal. No, thank you.
No, thank you. You wouldn't take him back?
Who?
Hakimi,
brother, PSG aren't selling us no players.
Yeah, that's not.
He just signed a new contract, I think, earlier this season. PSG, I don't even think that we can call them after what happened with Mbappe. But I would, but PSG would not sell him. So we would have to.
Van de Ven starting tonight.
Oh,
so there you go, Giuseppe. Van de Ven starting. God pray for his hamstrings.
I know, yeah. If that, how many? Imagine. Listen, you can see it. Alanga is running through on goal. Mickey Van de Ven is sprinting back. Man pulls the hammy and Langer.
Hamstring go.
You can
He's
see
lying
it.
there on the floor like this.
Yeah. Now it's
I
written.
think
in his card.
he's
No,
got.
he hasn't rotated at all. By the way,
No, he hasn't. Not one bit.
No,
It's because of you,
bit of-
Giuseppe. He was watching
he
this
listened
show.
to me. Ange knows. I don't know if it's good that he's actually done what I said because he's a crap manager.
He's brought in
Maybe I was
over there.
So yeah, so what
Maybe I
does
was
that say?
wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Do not let.
No,
this
he has
separate
rotated a little bit. Brought in,
Yeah, I got a question for Roberto about the
couple
Trent.
of players, but-
Roberto, what should Trent actually do? Should he just leave for Madrid or should he U-turn?
I mean, it comes down to where he personally believes, regardless of what we believe, where he thinks he's going to be the most successful in the next 5-6 years. That's it. Does he see Liverpool be more successful or does he see, Real Madrid being more successful? Because again, if obviously Madrid this season not been good, right? They're not playing well. Ancelotti's out. There's some uncertainty there, right? But I would argue you could see uncertainties with Liverpool as well because from what it seems, right, it seems like he wants some type of reassurance that Liverpool are going to make the signings necessary to keep them competing at a high level. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know what conversations they've had behind the scenes. I still think he's more likely 1 foot out than 1 foot in. That's my personal opinion. I don't think he ends up going Real Madrid. But you can't discount the fact that, recently Salah resigned, right? Van Dijk resigned. So there's positive movement in that direction. So you can't throw it out completely, but I still think he goes Madrid. I can't lie. I think I think that's where he ends up.
I think Trent's looking at it from the POV of like, what are Liverpool's ambition, right? We know that like FSG, like a lot of people have like the opinion that they're not as ambitious as maybe they should be for supporting or for owning such a huge club, right? Like we saw like Arne Slot came in, they didn't really back him and it worked out, but generally, right, like it's weird to bring in a manager, especially one that's coming in after a legendary like manager leaves and then you don't really back them like that. And I feel like Liverpool, I think if you're a player,
I mean, it was vindicated, wasn't it? We won the league.
Yeah, but just because it worked this time, it doesn't mean that it's sustainable per se, right? Like for example, like I feel like Liverpool, they could have won so much more. Well, I'm saying, I feel like Liverpool, they could have won so much more with Klopp if they would have just backed him a little bit more than what they did, especially going against him. Like I feel like they're bored. We're just happy to compete and be involved, but I don't feel like they actually cared if like Klopp won it or not. Like I feel like if Klopp didn't win that many trophies, I don't think his job would have been under pressure. I just don't feel like FSG are ambitious, and I feel like that's where
I
don't think it's anything to do with that.
It wasn't like we were, 10 points off these titles. We were 1 game up. One signing doesn't mean we win one of those games and everything's perfect in life. No.
Yeah, but
one signing doesn't beat you in that Champions League final. We were the best team on the night. Courtois just had an absolute blinder. A signing wouldn't have changed that. The point I get at. What player would we have signed to score a goal when we had the top scorers on the pitch?
Regardless of that, though, the Trent thing, I don't think it's anything to do with the ambition at Liverpool, and I really don't. I think it's his own legacy. I think it's his own legacy as a footballer. Like, listen, at the end of the day, it's Real Madrid. Yeah, it's not that he's going to Inter Milan, he's going to Manchester City, he's going here or there. He's going to Real Madrid, right? He's done everything possible. He has won every single accomplishment he can at Liverpool Football Club, and he's won the Premier League twice now. Yeah, there is no more for him to do. I look at this more like a challenge for himself, a wanting to build another level to his legacy. Because listen, when he goes to Real Madrid, if he goes to Real Madrid, he puts his names next to the likes of Beckham, Michael Owen, these guys that played for
Marcelo,
Real Madrid, the English
Roberto
guys.
Carlos.
No, but I'm talking about the English guys.
Okay.
The English guy, he puts himself in another category of an English player, in my opinion.
Yeah,
and if he goes there and wins Champions League, no, but if he goes there and wins Champions League and that, he's going to. I just don't see that as a negative. I don't think he's looking at it like Liverpool ain't ambitious, so I'm leaving them. I don't think it's anything to do with Liverpool. I think it's to do with himself and believing he's done everything. That he's given everything to Liverpool and the fans. Right? He wants to now go and do his next chapter and his own thing. He don't want to just be a one club guy. And Real Madrid does not knock twice. So if you sign a contract, there's no
Except
guarantee
for
he'll
Mbappe.
ever get that move.
I'll knock about 4 times
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, but Mbappe,
Well, yeah,
there's
but like
no
he's like the
happening.
exception though.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
can't,
So
like-
if he
yeah,
don't
yeah,
go
I get it.
now, if he don't go now and he signs a new contract, he might never get that move. And he probably wouldn't want to go anywhere bar Real Madrid from Liverpool. There's probably not another team that would really.
Yeah.
So that's-
And
in my opinion, it's
Tom,
that.
whenever you,
But
if
that's
you-
why it's got to work, though. If it doesn't work, and we're sitting there at 30 years of age, and he's hated by Madrid fans, and he's hated by Liverpool fans, if we're talking about legacy, that's legacy in a bad way.
Wait, so
Next season, banging free kick against Liverpool to knock him out.
Really fuck.
listen, Tom. I love the way you're angling it because like you're automatically assuming it will suck. And
I'm
when it
not
does-
always my
No. Listen. I see it.
I've just watched that man since he came through. I know what Madrid expect. I know what he offers.
Hey,
I'm
look,
just expecting
KJ,
white
KJ.
handkerchiefs at points.
Hey, look, KJ. Next season, Trent as a right wing back underneath Xabi Alonso is going to be a beautiful thing. to see.
it could cook, man.
It's gonna be a
Because
beautiful-
Could you get Klopp?
No.
I mean, I want Klopp. I don't, you know,
Imagine,
Of course, yeah.
imagine Tom, Trent and Klopp.
Giuseppe, I'm not that asked about Klopp. Klopp done it the right way. I'm not too bothered about him.
Listen,
It's-
there is no right. I don't
Like,
care.
exactly.
There
KJ,
no
there
right
is no right way. Even
There's
if
no right
Trent
way.
was getting an 80 million pound fee, they'd still
They're
cry
gonna be
about it.
vexed. They'll be vexed.
I
They'd
wouldn't be
still cry.
vexed.
If
I
it
wouldn't be
wasn't a lifetime contract, they
I
would.
wouldn't be vexed.
Yes, you would.
No,
You
I'll be
should, I mean,
fine.
it should be more anger at the club
Nah,
for
you-
allowing this to happen.
You would be upset. We got a super chat here that says from Duarte Garcia that says hot take Klopp adjusted his style to accommodate right back like Trent. So does Slot. And if you do, he's world class. If Real Madrid isn't willing to do that, he will flop.
But
And
Real
that's what
Madrid
this
are
is.
willing to do that. How do you think that we've been getting away with Lucas Vasquez playing right back? Like I don't. Come on now.
Well, he
Like,
didn't really get
like I don't
away
get why
with it.
people
Or
just think
Valverde
that we
playing
just
there.
signed these big players.
I'll be
that
very
they come
honest.
to Madrid and then we don't adjust. Like we adjust. Like,
I
it's
will.
like,
I'll be very honest. I have a weird feeling that Trent's going to be playing a lot of midfield minutes for Madrid.
Where in the midfield?
Yeah, no, there's no way.
There's no room in the midfield.
They've got
I've just
two
got a
million.
weird feeling when Carvajal's back from his ACL, they'll try and put Trent in that midfield.
But Carvajal.
Wait.
So the thing is with Carvajal, his contract. So Carvajal was supposed to leave the club this season. He tore his ACL, so we extended it just so he can, recover and stuff. But Carvajal's done, bro. Like when Carvajal is fit, Trent will still be the first choice right back, and then Carvajal will rotate with him.
Fair
But
enough.
he's done. Like
I'm just going by what he's saying. He thinks he's going to win a Ballon d'Or. Right backs don't win Ballon d'Ors.
But that's why he wants to
Cafu
go.
did.
He wants to try and do it.
Cafu won a Ballon d'Or.
Didn't Carvajal come third last
Cafu.
season in Ballon d'Or voting?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
Cafu never won a Ballon d'Or.
Cannavaro is the only defender I'm sure that's.
I thought I could have
ever won
sworn Cafu.
Where
Oh,
do you
he
put the
might-
Cafu Ballon d'Or?
one. No, I think Cannavaro is the only ever defender to win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, I apologize.
Oh.
That's what you did, Cafu in this Ballon d'Or, by the
apologise.
way.
You know what it is?
I was
No,
thinking
it
of Cannavaro.
That is such a that is such a Henry talks bollocks moments, man. I absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it. Guys, on the back of that, guys, I think that is a cue for everyone to leave the premises because, listen,
I need to go watch
it's-
these Cafu Ballon d'Or highlights.
yeah, well, so it's getting a bit
Ballon
mad.
d'Or.
Henry's got the game itching in the back of his mind, so his brain is scrambled right now. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Top 6 show. We've had a wonderful time here.